Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Lexie, and today we are going to be discussing some of the books that I'm looking forward to coming out in the month of May. So I just recently found out, because I guess I don't pay attention really to what comes out. I just kind of browse the shelves at Barnes & Noble way too often, so I always find out what comes or what's new just based on going to the store. But I decided to start looking into what's coming out because I want to start pre-ordering more books and everything, because I know that helps the authors out more. And so I wanted to start pre-ordering, so I looked into it, and I did not know that May was such a huge month for book releases. Like it's like Christmas for book readers, because it's amazing. So I just figured this video, I'm going to kind of break down what books I am looking forward to reading the most, or ones I'm probably going to pre-order, which I have a feeling my bank account is going to hate me the next month, because there are quite a bit of books coming out in May that I want to read. Granted, will I read them in May? Depends. Maybe. But most likely not, because I have way too many books and I always have a long list. But we'll see. If they really intrigue me and I have to read them when they come out, then we'll see. I guess we'll have to wait and see what my May wrap-up is. But I'm just going to kind of jump in and start talking about the books and let's go from there. So the first book that I wanted to talk about was By the Book by Jasmine Gilroy. So I have multiple books on my shelf by Jasmine Gilroy, and yet I have not read them. I want to say, like, is that... Yeah, so like Party of Two. Party of Two has been on my list for a long time and I haven't read it yet. Just based on the cover, it's a summer read to me, so it's going to be like 4th of July. It was on my last July TBR and I never got to it. So hopefully this year I will. But I've never read a Jasmine Gilroy book, but the covers draw me in, and so I buy them even though I haven't read her yet. But this one is it's obviously romance, and it is, the plot is, Isabel is overworked, underpaid, and still living at home at 25. She sees a chance to prove her worth by going to help a high-profile author. When the two meet, they have more in common than either of them expected. This is a reimagining of Beauty and the Beast. So, Beauty and the Beast isn't my favorite Disney movie, but it's not my least favorite. So I tend to like the retellings or the reimagining of Beauty and the Beast, so it sounds like a typical cute summer romance read for me, so I definitely will be picking it up. The next one that I am super excited for is Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And if you see me looking down, I'm looking at my phone. I have a list of them. But Book Lovers by Emily Henry. So I and so many people have fallen in love with Emily Henry's romance books. Beach Read was my favorite from her. People We Meet on Vacation was not everything I was hoping it to be. For some reason, it just did not do it for me. I know so many people loved it, but I did not feel the romance. I felt like I can't even remember why they don't talk. It was that insignificant to me. And I felt like there was too much drama of why they didn't talk for a very small reason, and I can't remember it for the life of me right now. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Book Lovers. So this is their new book. And it says, Nora is a literary agent who is very good at her job. She also has a soft spot for her sister, which is the only reason she agrees to go away for a month when she bumps into Charlie, a book editor from the city. It is anything but a meet cute, but can these two become the heroes in their own stories? It looks super cute, and so far everybody that I've seen that has gotten their hands on this book before it's been released has loved it. So I'm assuming if it's anything like Beach Read, I'm gonna love it. So I'm hoping, and I'll like it more than I did People We Meet on Vacation. So here's to hoping this is gonna be another 5-star Emily Henry read. I'm super excited. Okay, next. Oh, this one I thought sounded pretty cute. So this is Starry-Eyed Love by Helena Hunting. It looks like another cute summer romance read for me. This plot is London Spark is committed to her family's business and is eager to prove herself to her sisters. When a multi-million-dollar account comes their way, the CEO Jackson happens to be the man that London turned down a few months back. London must find out where she stands with both Jackson and the family hotel. Sounds pretty cute. It's probably gonna be her trying to fix. So I with these kind of tropes or these kind of storylines, I always feel like it's kind of like grumpy, kind of, because the guy's like, well, she turned me down, I want nothing to do with her. So he's kind of grumpy, and it's her kind of making up for what she did in the past. So I'm interested in it. It looks, the cover's adorable, and it looks like a fun summer read. So I'm looking forward to it. Okay, next would be another 5-star author for me, and that is Christina Lauren. So their book, The Honeymooners, I absolutely loved. Such a cute summer romance, and this one is called Something Wilder, is their new one, and this is a romantic comedy, which I love rom-coms. They're great. Movies, books, anything rom-com, give it to me. And it says, Lily's father was a treasure hunter who left her with nothing but hand-drawn maps. Lily uses these maps to take people on treasure hunts through Utah to pay her bills. When her ex turns up to treasure hunt, more than one thing goes wrong in this funny romance. If it's anything like the Unhoneymooners, then I'm gonna love it, because I just love anything that they write. It's just so funny, cute, romantic. I eat it up, and I'm super excited to get another one from them. I'm super excited. Okay, next is The Emma Project by Sonali Dev. So there's a ton of romance coming out this month, so I'm sorry there's going to be a lot of that on here, but that's what I gravitate towards a lot of the time, so I'm super excited. But this one says, Naina, I don't know how to pronounce her name, has just ended a 10-year-long fake relationship and wants nothing to do with the Raj family. She wants to help women in South Asia find economic independence. Vansh Raj shows up, and the friends with benefits might not be worth it as the two begin fighting about funding for her project. So it sounds like another cute little romance read. Granted, I'm sorry I butchered those names. I have a hard time with pronunciation of names, or pronouncing. Was that even a word? What am I doing today? It's extremely hot in this patio, so I'm trying to talk fast. But I have a hard time pronouncing names, and those took me for a ride. But it sounds kind of like it's probably not going to be enemies to lovers, which is one of my favorite tropes. So I will probably like it. Okay, so the next one that I'm interested in, so I'm probably not gonna go out and buy it right away, and that's only because I don't even know if I have any of her books, but her books just call to me. The covers scream summer, and that is The Summer Place by Jennifer Weiner, or I believe it's Weiner. They're adorable, such cute little covers, and they always remind me of summer. I've not read them yet, but I want them because they're always just so cute. And I know so many people hate the cartoonish covers, and I love them. I don't know why, I just love them. They're just cute. They make me happy. They make me smile. And so this one says, the family drama is sure to be a hit this summer. When 22-year-old Ruby announces that she is marrying her pandemic boyfriend, her stepmother Sarah is shocked. At the wedding, or as the wedding day approaches, Sarah must deal with her past, her husband, her twin brother, her mother, and a wedding. Secrets are revealed, and the family must deal. It sounds like a fun, kind of like fiction book that has to do with the aftermath of the pandemic. Now that we're kind of out of the woods so far with the pandemic, we don't see another lockdown coming anytime soon, which is great. But, it's interesting to start seeing books come out about that, because I wonder how many pandemic relationships really happened. Like you fall for someone online and you talk for a long time online and you never meet in person. And, you know, what do people really think? What drama does that cause? So I think that's kind of cool that we're seeing that come out in books now, because this is probably something that has happened to so many people over the last couple of years. So I'm kind of interested to read this one, and once again, the cover's cute. You can't deny it. So I'll probably pick it up eventually. I don't know if it's going to be like run out and get it the day it's released, but it's on my radar. Okay, so one of the next ones is called Adult Assembly Required, and this is by Abby Waxman. This is the genre in fiction. It says, a young woman arrives in Los Angeles determined to start over and discovers she doesn't need to leave everything behind after all. That's all it says on this page. I'm not going to read much more into it. It sounds kind of cute. I'm interested to see what she doesn't have to leave behind. The cover is pretty cute. I like it. It's, you know, people trying to assemble the title. I think that's adorable. So that's on my radar as well. Okay. Let's see, what's next? I'm kind of going through this. Okay, this is one that I was really interested in. This is One of the Girls by Lucy Clark. So this is a psychological thriller, which is always one of, I love the genre. I just need to find ones that I enjoy. So like, I think it's called Stillhouse Lake by, Rachel Kane was one that I really, really enjoyed. I believe that's what it's called. So I'm trying to dabble more into these psychological thrillers because I do enjoy them. They're really good page turners. So I love them. But this one says Lexie, which is a great name, is getting married and having her bachelorette party on a Greek island. 6 women come together to celebrate, and each is holding a dessert. One of them wants to make sure that Lexie never gets married and that one of them doesn't leave the island alive. Sounds fun. 1, the girl has the same name as me. 2, it's on a Greek island, which is on the cover of the book. And I've been to Greece and I loved the Greek Isles. I loved them. So any book that is based in the Greek Isles, I want to read, because it was I have really great memories from going there. And it's a psychological thriller, which I have so much fun reading them. I know sometimes they can be heavy and like, but I just love that page turning sensation where you're just like, I want to know what happens. And so I'm looking forward to that one. That'll definitely be on my list. So I think we're getting into young adult genre, which I still read young adult. I still enjoy it. They're fun, cute, fast reads for me, and I tend to pick them up more often than not because I do enjoy them. So this one is called I Kissed Shara Wheeler. Okay, on the actual book it looks like a T, but it's an L. I Kissed Shara Wheeler by Casey McQuiston. And so this one, it's an LGBTQ romance, and it says, this is a young adult romantic comedy. Chloe is set for graduation, and the only person standing in her way of becoming valedictorian is Shara Wheeler. When Shara kisses Chloe out of the blue and then disappears 1 month before graduation, she leaves a trail of clues. Chloe sets out to find Shara so she can beat her fair and square. Sounds like a typical young adult romance, and I love those. Honestly, I do. Because a lot of them are so cute and innocent that I don't know. I still have a liking for them. I know there's that whole thing where, oh, you're an adult, you shouldn't be reading young adult. Well, you know what? I read whatever sounds good, and that's what happens. Okay, so next is See You Yesterday by Rachel Lynn Solomon. So that one is the cover's cute, and it's time travel, so it's young adult time travel. So this is Barrett Bloom cannot wait for college as a fresh start. But her first day at her new school is a disaster. She is humiliated in class, botches an interview, and sets a frat on fire. The next day she wakes up in her bed only to find that it is the first day all over again and she's not alone. Miles has been stuck in the first day for months. Time travel? I don't think I've ever really read time travel books. So I have watched the time travel movies and I always have fun. Like, you know how you get those holiday movies where you're living the same day over and over again? I love those movies. So I'm interested to see how it is in a book. And if Miles has been stuck in the first day, I'm wondering if they're gonna end up with a little romance. I don't know. Sounds cute. The cover looks cute. I'm intrigued. Okay. Next is... I think the one I'm looking forward to the most in the young adult category would be Rivals, the American Royals 3. So if you've watched my channel before, you know that I ate up the first two American Royals. I loved it. Beatrice, it follows Beatrice, the first queen of America. So the series is based on if America took up a monarchy instead of a democracy when we seceded or, you know, left Britain. So it follows that royal family, and so this is the third one. I'm not going to kind of really go, well, it says, the third book in the American Royal series, Beatrice is queen and everything is going to change for the American Royal. Monarchs are meeting and everyone's loyalty to the crown will be tested. So the second one ended. Pretty was like, okay, you know, it wasn't like shocking, but it's like good for her. Like you feel the sense of like girl power. And I was pretty happy with it. And I did not know a third one was coming out. And then I read this list and I'm like, oh, it comes out next month. I'm super excited. This will probably be the one that I pick up and read right away. Maybe along the lines with the Christina Lauren one and the Emily Henry. Those might be ones that I pick up as I get them and read them, because I have been looking forward to them and they're such my like auto buy 5-star authors. But this will be definitely the young adult book that I pick up and read right away, because I loved the series and I cannot wait to continue to see what happens with Beatrice as the first queen. Okay, next is Tokyo Dreaming by Amiko Jean. This is a young adult romance as well, and just last month, I believe it is, I read Tokyo Ever After and I fell in love with it. It was such a cute little young adult romance. And this is the follow-up, so this is also, so Tokyo Ever After was part of Reese's Young Adult book club pick. And I tend to find that I like Reese's book club picks. I don't know. Apparently we have the same reading, you know, reading parameters or reading preferences. So this one says, this book is the follow-up to Tokyo Ever After. Azumi became a princess overnight. Now her parents have rekindled their romance for it to come to a sudden halt. I cannot wait to read it. I love the first one so much, and I'm interested to see where her parents' romance goes. I think it'll be a fun, cute book. So we'll see. Okay, next, and I think this might be my last book. I'm sure there's going to be more that I pick up, and I'm sure there's going to be some that I missed. But the next one, and only because I love this Disney movie, and it's called Bravely by Maggie Stiefvater. Ooh, I have no clue how to pronounce that. I'm so sorry. But this is a young adult fantasy, and this follows, like the Disney movie Brave, so this follows Merida. So it says, Merida of Debroche must convince her family to change their ways within a year, or a god will destroy the entire realm and everyone in it. Merida must undergo an epic journey across kingdoms to save herself and everyone she loves. So Brave, fun fact, Brave is one of my favorite Disney princess movies. I'd probably say like, so Brave, Tangled, and I'd probably say like Enchanted are kind of all on the same level. They're all fantastic movies. They all put a smile on my face and they just make me happy. So the fact that there is kind of like a Brave retelling or reimagining young adult fantasy book, I'm pretty excited about. So I will be getting my hands on it. I've never read something like it before. So yeah, and the fact that it's bringing in gods and stuff like that, I am finding I am liking that a little bit more. I have been dabbling in fantasy, which is new for me, and I'm finding that I like it. So I'm excited to mix Disney with, you know, fantasy reads, young adult. I don't know, sounds great. So those are some of the books, or most of the books, or all the books. I don't know. Like I said, I'm probably missing some. If I am, and there are books that you're looking forward to and you want me to consider them or read them, leave a comment down below because I'm sure I missed them. Yeah, I'm not perfect. These are the books that I'm looking forward to reading and picking up in the month of May, and I hope that you found some good recommendations or some books that maybe you didn't know were coming out. So I hope this helps you maybe get just adding books to your TBR, because, you know, we all need that, because we all need more books on our never-ending TBRs. But if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to continue to watch all of the bookish content that I put out, please make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks!